Welcome back, CATatoes, to my channel for a new episode of the K-Drama Legacy Generation 1 Fisherman's Daughter, episode 17. So in the last episode, Yoonah got a big shock when Mrs. Park asked to meet with her before leaving. And long story short, she was given an ultimatum. Convince Hyungsik to sell the hotel on Sulani, or she can kiss goodbye to being with him. So needless to say, Yoonah is crazy stressed about it, but was so relieved to get back home and see her family and her friends again. And she spent some time with her dad, who could tell that some things were going on, but he didn't push the subject. And so she just tried to really focus on her job because she has a promotion in her sights. And so she's trying really hard to focus on that, but she is feeling excited and nervous after hearing that Hyungsik is flying back, and that is where it leads us to the start of today's episode. It finally happened. The day I've been waiting for. Hyungsik was coming back to the island. I paced outside the airport. I didn't want to be inside. It just felt too stuffy and crowded. The moment I saw him, I felt my heart leap. It had felt so long. He looked as handsome as ever, and he wore that smirk that made my heart melt. I raced forward, embracing him. How I'd missed the feel of his arms around me. It was pure bliss. I had secretly been worried he wouldn't come back, so the sweet relief I was feeling in that moment, it was like feeling the warm sun again after a long winter. Over the next few days, we spent every minute we could together. As soon as I would get off work or before my shift, he would be there, waiting for me. We went to the market with Mom, which, needless to say, she couldn't have been happier to see him back and whisking her daughter away. Her smile told me she knew exactly what was going on. We also hung out with Min and Do-hwan, which was always entertaining. Those two always had something to bicker about, but would work it out in the end. Everything was going so well. Everyone was so happy. It felt like nothing could go wrong. Until I remembered Mrs. Park and the ultimatum she had given me. I'd been in heaven for the last few days, so I'd completely forgotten all about it. It was late one night, when I was over at Hyungsik's place, that things began to unravel. The sky was clear, the moon was bright, and the ocean waves crept along the shore, singing their peaceful song. We'd spent the day together since I didn't have work and had finally come back to his place to relax. We were sitting on the couch snuggling when he brought it up. The hotel. So, I've been thinking about it. I'd really love to add some more features to the hotel, and maybe a few smaller businesses affiliated with it that could provide services on the island. The guests staying at the hotel would... His voice trailed off. He looked at me with concern. Hey, Yoonah? Is everything all right? I could feel his gaze on me. I wasn't very good at hiding my emotions. I wore a distant expression and stared at the floor. I was silent for a good while. Have you really thought this through? I finally managed to ask. His face was full of confusion. Have I thought what through? My idea? Of course. I've been taking all sorts of notes from all my business meetings I've been going to. No, I mean, are you sure you want to run the hotel? It just sounds like it might be a really big undertaking, and I worry about you. I trailed off. His silence was making me nervous. I took a deep breath and continued, his mother's determined face appearing in my mind. What I'm trying to say is, maybe you should just sell the hotel. As soon as I said it, he stood up. What are you talking about? Where is this coming from? The look on his face made my stomach turn over. I could feel panic rising. I just mean that maybe if you sold the hotel, it would just be easier. Then you wouldn't have to be involved with your mom anymore and could just do whatever you want. It sounds like if you do that, your mom will leave you alone. As soon as I said it, I had instant regret. He gave me a disgusted look. You think I can't do it? Is that what this is? I shook my head, but he held up his hand to silence me. I never thought I'd hear something like this from you. After everything I've told you about, how could you just... He shook his head. Leave. I looked at him in shock. Hyungsik, I was only trying to make a suggestion and help. Help? A suggestion? Is that what you call it? You know exactly how I feel about that hotel. If I knew you would end up doing this, I wouldn't have... I could feel my heart sinking. Please, Hyungsik, listen to me, I pleaded. I didn't want things to end this way. I needed to do something. No, Yoonah, you're just like my mother. Now go! He turned and faced away from me. Hyungsik, I called out, but he raised his voice over mine. Get out! The room filled with silence. I was at a loss of words. I could feel tears welling up along my bottom lashes, waiting to spill over the edge. I made my way over towards the door, looking over my shoulder at him one last time. I only said it for us. With that, I raced off, slamming the door behind me. As I walked home in the dark, along the shore, I let it all out. I cried and cried, grateful that the moon was out and not the sun, so no one could see my puffy eyes and red cheeks. I had tried to do what I was told so I could stay with him, only to make things worse, and most likely not to be with him anyways. I'd made one attempt and ruined the whole thing. As I let the tears roll down, all I could think and pray for was that somehow, some way, Hyungsik would forgive me, and that he wouldn't leave the island, abandoning me in the process. Yoonah is on her way home from being at Hyungsik's house with everything that just happened, and needless to say, she is super sad, and she just is at a loss for words, honestly. So she's just jogging it out, trying to get home. It's super late, and she doesn't want to talk to anyone in her house. Like, she's hoping everyone is asleep, which let's take a look. And she is in luck. It looks like everyone is asleep except for Baram, which is fine. So we're just going to go ahead and send her on to bed because this girl is exhausted. She's upset. She's not feeling very good. She doesn't know what she was like. Have a child, girl. You're moving a little fast. I think we can't really be thinking about that right now. But I don't know why she can't get to her bed. Is it because it's probably because Baram's in the way? There he is. Okay, so let's have her try now. Okay, yeah, it was just because the dog was in the way. So she's going to get some rest, and she is going to just try to figure out and regroup her thoughts to figure out what she needs to do, because she was not expecting things to kind of go down like that with Hyungsik. Like, obviously, she knew it was going to be a difficult conversation to have, and she had no idea really how to try to convince him like his mother wanted her to do. But, you know, she just kind of went with the flow, and it really backfired on her. And so things, you know, really went in the opposite direction of what she wanted and things like that. But it looks like her mother has woken up. She feels like she's underachieving and missing out on the world. So let's see. Soa's decided rock climbing is her thing. Okay, Soa, sure. Yoonah has woken up this morning to see that the house is empty. Her mom went to go do a volunteer project on the beach. Her dad is off fishing, and then her sister is off at school. So she is really pleased to kind of have the house to herself. So she's just over here talking to little Baram. She's like, hey, do you want to go for a jog? Let me eat something for breakfast real quick, and then I promise we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and have her take a shower, get her ready, and have a little bite of something, and then she's gonna try to go for a jog with Baram. That way she can really try to clear her head and get her thoughts together. Yoonah is feeling quite relieved as she's leaving for her jog with Baram, because literally her mom just got back from the volunteer project at the beach, and she couldn't be happier because she does not want to be bombarded by her mother. I mean, her mom already knows, obviously, that her and Hyungsik have been spending a lot of time together, and she hasn't technically like pushed Yoonah for details, but she knows that she's like dying inside too, and she really does not want to talk about that with her, because obviously after everything that happened last night, like there's just so much happening, and she doesn't want to get other people involved because it's already a messy, touchy situation. And so she is just trying to really reflect on how she went about things. She's like, did I do something wrong? Like, I mean, he's right. I mean, why would I say something like that when I do know, like, that's what I was trying to tell his mom, is that, like, I know that he really cares about that hotel. Like, he would not want to get rid of it. It's special to him because of his dad and that connection that he has. It's all he has left of his father. And like, she's just realizing, she's like, I just feel so stupid. Like, why did I say it and bring it up? But like, at the same time, she was feeling fearful because she doesn't want to lose him, and she doesn't know necessarily what Mrs. Park means by her threat. And so there's just a lot to that, and just little facets, you know. And oh, there's Do-hwan. She's like, morning, Do-hwan. He's like, hey, you doing all right? And she's like, yeah. But he can tell, he's like, oh, she seems a little off. But he's like, maybe it's just because she's tired. She hasn't been out jogging with Barm for a bit, and you know, she's not as in shape as me. So look at all these seashells that we're like seeing on the beach at the same time. But look how happy Barm is. Like, I feel so bad we don't really give him the attention that he deserves. But I feel like he looks a little dirty, doesn't he? We probably need to give him a bath. So yeah, we'll have to get that figured out. Oh, there was Min. So she must be on her way to see her boo, to have some time alone with him. But anyway, so Yoonah's just like, okay, here's the deal. When I get back, Barm, Mom's gonna be there, Dad's probably gonna be there, Hanyul's gonna be back from school in a few hours, so I'm gonna have to face the music. Like, I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that my family's gonna be there, and I can either act like all sad and depressed about everything and have them questioning me and bombarding me with trying to figure out what's going on, or I can just act like nothing's wrong. And that's the best option, is to just try to be nonchalant. She's like, so maybe I'll just focus on cooking. I think that could be great, cooking or baking, try some new dishes, you know, say that I've got to practice for a catering event for work. She's like, yeah, that's a great idea. So yeah, as soon as she finishes up this jog, we're going to have her work on some of her skills in the kitchen and bake some goodies for her family. That way, hopefully it will help them to not think that there's anything wrong. But you know, that's just kind of her idea. So I guess we're going to have to see how it goes down. So Yoonah has indeed gotten back home. Her jog was really refreshing and good, and it has helped her feel a bit confident and inspired because she's trying to just push to the back of her mind what happened and trying to pretend like nothing really went on. And so she is coming in to bake some chocolate mousse, and her dad is in here just chatting it up with her. And she's like, Dad, I'm trying to try out a new recipe. Like, I need you to move out of the way. But oh, it looks like she does have to go to work, and he's gonna go for a swim. And yeah, Hanyul has returned home with a school project. Oh, okay, so nothing major there. So we'll see Yoonah here in a bit when she gets home from work. Maybe we can get her up to get a promotion today, because that would really, I think, lift her spirits even more with everything going on. So I will see you guys here in a bit. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and Yoonah got back from work, and she had a little bit of a rough day, but she still has her mind racing, so she's having a hard time going to sleep. So she decided to come into the kitchen and finish baking that chocolate mousse that she was working on earlier, because she is feeling a bit inspired because there were some new recipes she got to do at work. And so yeah, and she's thinking about her dad. She's like, maybe I should talk to Dad, but I don't know, she doesn't really want to bother him with anything like that. But she's gonna go ahead and go on to bed because we just need to know, you know, how she's gonna feel in the morning. Maybe things will get better, maybe she'll feel more positive. But she enjoyed how busy work kept her because it made her not think about Hyungsik and everything in her personal life, because she got so caught up in the rush of the restaurant and things like that. So there were a lot of really good benefits to tonight. Good morning, everyone. It is quite a rainy day outside here in Sulani, but still pretty warm outside. But Yoonah has woken up with a phone call. Well, she's been up for a little bit, but she just got a phone call from Min, who is wanting to take her out. She's like, hey girl, so I'd love to take you out for a girls' spa day. Are you like ready? Can we go anytime soon? And Yoonah's like, oh, yeah, that would be great. What's the occasion? And Mina's just like, honey, there's no occasion. It's just a bestie treating a bestie because I feel like you need it. And she's not saying to Yoonah, though, how Do-hwan saw her when she was jogging with Barum the other day. And so now she's really worried because Do-hwan was like, she looked like something was on her mind. She was pretty stressed out. Like, I feel like normally she'd stop and talk to me, but she didn't. And so Min is definitely worried about her bestie and everything. So we are going to head out to meet up with Min and have ourselves a little R&R. We have arrived at the spa with Min, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like real quick. Here we are. This is the Sulani spa, which I think is really cute, but it is pouring down, so we need to get these girls inside so that, yeah, they don't get a cold. So we'll have them go on over here because they need to come in here and we'll have them change into a robe. That way they can get themselves prepped and ready. And I probably should have rotated this lot, but you know, it's fine. It's whatever. So as Yoonah has gotten in here to change into her robe to relax, it looks like that the rain has actually stopped. So it's actually becoming a really beautiful day. So I thought first off we would have them come and relax together in the sauna, because I feel like that would be a really great start for them. But oh my gosh, like they're not able to get into any of these rooms because of the level of the sand, and that is a big problem. All right, so our girls are coming in to get in the sauna now. I rotated the lot and it seemed like it worked. Where did Min go? Girl, where's our bestie at? Oh my gosh, why is she all the way over here? Min, let's go. You're supposed to be in the sauna with us. But instead she is over here just talking it up in a mirror to herself. Yoonah is really thoroughly enjoying herself though. I mean, look at our girl. She's so relaxed. And she's like, this feels great to just let my thoughts wander, just take deep breaths. And oh my goodness, she is glitching out. Of course she is. Why would I expect anything less? And girl, I don't know if you should be in the sauna if you're pregnant. Like, just saying. So anyways, let's go ahead and have our girl come over here. Oh, she's got to use the bathroom. I guess we could let her do that. And then we'll have her come over here and we will hire a massage therapist to come and treat us. And I think, let's see, what did we get last time? I think we got a deep tissue massage. Let's do an aromatherapy, or did we do that last time? I don't know. We're going to get mint and rosemary because I feel like that might be invigorating. Yoonah is coming in and laying down to get her aromatherapy massage. Looks like she's getting some oils on her. She's like, how are you doing, honey? What's going on in your life? Your back feels pretty stressed out and tense. She's like, oh, you know, just the usual drama, relationships and things like that and work. And she's like, oh yes, honey, well, take a break from all of that. Just listen to the music, take some deep breaths, just let me get into these deep tissues. And I think it'll really help you to relax and really help your thoughts become clear. And Yoonah's like, well, I sure hope so because I need it. And what is our girl Min doing? She is over here. She's trying to take a bath, but it looks like this girl is all up in her grill. Of course she is. And someone is over here doing sit-ups. And oh, it's that one guy we went on our third blind date, Kang Dae-kwan. Well, our whole spa day has kind of turned into a bust because of this lot that I'm on and them having issues getting into everything. So yeah, Min has just been standing here this whole time. So anyways, we're gonna pretend that they went ahead and had what they needed to do, just their girl time to relax. Min got her all warmed up, and so now we're going to go and have a nice little chit chat. So I think we're gonna head off to the cafe together. The girls are here at the cafe now, and we need to get them back inside because it looks like even though it was turning into a really sunny, pretty day, it is now raining badly again. So they are getting a little bit chilly because it's not like really cold, but it's still just like warm. And you know how the rain just like kind of chills you to the bone. So anyways, Yoonah is coming in. I don't know why she's ordering through the door, but she did. And so she's getting herself a macchiato. And where is Min? Girl, come inside. Like, why does she keep getting stuck everywhere? She just does. And that's just really kind of frustrating, honestly. But we're gonna have our girl come in and let's have them sit at this table together. That way they can sit and have a little chit chat with just the two of them. Mean finally has come inside, so now it looks like they're finally going to get a little chit chat in. So Mean's like, hey girl, is everything all right? You seem like something's been on your mind. And she's like, well, there was a lot that happened other than just, of course, the party with Hyungsik. And Mean's like, well, girl, you know you can tell me anything. Like, please don't be afraid. And Yoonah starts to tell her, so you know Mrs. Park, she's pretty scary and intimidating, right? And Mean totally agrees, but Yoonah goes in to tell her everything that kind of happened and this ultimatum, and Mean's like, are you kidding me? Like, who has the right and authority to do that? That's so messed up. Like, why would she do that? Like, did you tell Hyungsik about it? And Yoonah's like, well, actually, no, I tried to talk to him the other night about things and it got out of hand. I asked him why he doesn't sell the hotel. She's like, Yoonah, why would you do that if you know how much it means to him? She's like, because I don't know what to do. I'm like stuck in this weird middle position and I don't know how to take that threat from his mother and how she would follow through with it. And there's just so many unknown variables. And Mina's just, girl, like, she's such like a control freak. You need to figure this out and you need to talk to Hyungsik. Like, nothing is going to get resolved unless you tell him exactly what happened, because it is his mother after all. And Yoonah, she is grateful for Mean and her honesty and everything, but it's a scary concept. She just still doesn't feel confident in it or know what to do, and so it's really stressing her out. These two are just enjoying a last minute cup of coffee and some snacks, and Mina's like, girl, just take your time, but like I said, you and Hyungsik have to talk about this. You can't just expect him to know what's going on, so you can't really blame him for how he reacted. And Yoonah's like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but she's still feeling really hurt by it because of the way he like yelled at her. It just really kind of hurt her feelings. So anyway, she's like, it's getting late. I need to get back home and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and head on back to the house. Yoonah is at home and she's literally just gotten a phone call from Mrs. Park, and she was having so much anxiety listening to her on the phone, and she didn't want to say much because her family was around. They're all asleep now, but basically Miss Park was telling her, she's like, so I heard about your attempt to get Hyungsik to sell the hotel, which was pathetic, and you need to fix it and make sure it happens or you can kiss Hyungsik goodbye. And so Yoonah is feeling just so overwhelmed with anxiety right now and just stress and doubt. Like, there's so much happening, and so she is just at a loss of what to do at the moment. And so I think we need to give little Barum here a bath because I think he's been pretty dirty for a while. So let's try to take care of him. Oh, can we not take care of him? I feel like my game has a lot of glitches and things that are just not working and exiting out right now. But okay, maybe she can do it. Good morning, everyone. Yoonah has woken up and baked a loaf of bread for her family, and she just reached baking level 5. So she can bake carrot bread, lemon bars, carrot cake, spinach and mushroom quiche, potato bread, spinach and onion quiche in a kitchen. She can also bake cream-filled donuts, plain scores, jelly-filled donuts at the Cupcake Factory. That is like a lot of stuff all at once. But Yoonah has come out to chat with her dad. It looks like he has just gotten back from work, and wow, he is stinky. Yoonah's father has invited her out to the beach. He wants to spend some one-on-one quality time with her because he can tell that there is something going on. And normally he's one to kind of sit back and let whatever happens happen. But he just feels like if he does that, he's going to regret it because he feels like they need to talk about it, or at least that she needs to talk about it, really. So here he comes. They're going to work on building a sand castle together while they talk. And so he's just kind of like, hey, I can tell that something's really going on. And usually, you know, I don't push you on anything. I let you tell me when you're ready. He's like, but I feel like this is something really important that can't wait. Like, I've never seen you look this stressed and just overwhelmed. Like, I can tell it in your eyes and the way that you're trying to be happy. Like, I can tell it's a fake happy. Like, what's going on, honey? Please tell me. And she's like, Dad, and he's like, honey, you need to tell me. And so she goes ahead and tells him everything that happened when she was visiting Hyungsik, and tells him about his mother and like what happened with her and the ultimatum that she gave. And it feels really relieving to her to be able to have told Min and now her dad, because she is really close with her father. And he's like, honey, if I'd listened to your mother's parents, then you and Hanyul wouldn't even be here right now, because they didn't approve of me. So don't let someone's mother determine your future. And the best thing that he tells her is, he says, the best things in life don't always need permission. When in doubt, just follow what your heart tells you, and it can lead us to pain sometimes, but even so, it always teaches us something. Life is full of empty pages waiting for you to write on, so decide for yourself and do what feels right to you. And Yoonah is feeling really good after hearing her father say that. It's kind of instilling her with some confidence. And she's like, Dad, you're right. I shouldn't let someone else determine my future, and I shouldn't let someone else determine how my relationships could be, because in the end of the day, it's not even about them. It's about me and that other person. And he's like, see, honey, exactly. You get it. It's not going to be anything between them. Like, yes, if you end up with someone, like obviously I ended up marrying your mother, and so we ended up being together and our families became one in a way. But he's like, over time I proved my worth to them, and how I took care of your mother and you and your sister. And I really feel like I created that bond. I earned their trust. So don't think that you can't. And Yoonah's like, well, I kind of feel like it's almost impossible to earn Mrs. Park's trust. Like, she's such an intimidating, powerful woman and everything. But, she's like, but I guess you're right, Dad. Thanks for the advice. It really means a lot. And he's like, Hyung-sik's a great young man, and I don't think you should stress out, but I agree with what you told Min and what Min told you, that you need to talk to Hyungsik. This is something between the two of you, and only you two can figure it out. I can't figure it out for you, Min can't, and Mrs. Park especially can't either. She can try all she wants, but you two are both adults, and you have the power and the freedom to choose what you want to do. So Yoonah is so grateful for her father and everything that he does for her to support her, and his patience with her. And so, did we just make two of the same one? We did. But that's okay. They're always gnomes. But I'm going to have her come over here. She's going to have a quick conversation with her dad, and then give him a hug just to thank him for all of his support. Like, I really love their relationship, like this father-daughter bond. I feel like it means so much. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Siine. If you need to go potty, please do. Like, I don't mean to hold you up from it, but I didn't realize they were going to build another sandcastle. But anyways, now he's just getting upset because he has to go to the bathroom so bad. So I get it, boy. Just go. Just go. But anyways, I think this is a really good point for us to end this episode. So we had a lot of things happen. Yoonah and Hyungsik got into a whole disagreement / argument, and Yoonah's just been feeling so many ups and downs and emotions, but she was finally able to tell her best friend about it. And she was able to talk to her father, who gave her a lot of great words of wisdom. And so she's feeling better, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen between her and Hyungsik. How are they going to talk about it? Like, what's going to go down? I'm not quite sure, but we're going to have to find out. So I am really stoked to do this with you guys. So thank you so much, Tater Tots, for joining me on a new episode. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future episodes. And don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I will catch you next time. See ya! 'Cause girl, you make me